Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the commander of the 8th Military Police Brigade, Colonel Shannon Michael Lucas, welcome to the 303rd Ordnance Battalion EOD change of command for Lieutenant Colonel Sean L. Cadlick and Lieutenant Colonel Bradley S. Swig. The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is Colonel Shannon Michael Lucas, commander of the 8th Military Police Brigade. The host for today's ceremony is Lieutenant Colonel Sean L. Cadlick, commander of the 303rd Ordnance Battalion EOD. The commander of troops is Major David K. Foster. Providing the music today is the 25th Infantry Division Tropic Lightning Band under the command of Major Scott McKenzie. The formation of soldiers in color standing proudly before us represents the units of the 303rd Ordnance Battalion EOD. From left to right, the 303rd Ordnance Battalion Headquarters and Headquarters Detachment, commanded by Captain Jonathan T. Shin and First Sergeant Lonnie Westbrook. The 65th Ordnance Company EOD, located at Fort Wainwright, Alaska, commanded by Captain Matthew W. Piram and First Sergeant Joseph J. Bryant. The 303rd Ordnance Battalion EOD Color Guard, led by Command Sergeant Major Johnny Strickland. The 71st Chemical Company, commanded by Chief Warrant Officer 2 Philip Ellis and First Sergeant William Fritzinger. The 74th Ordnance Company EOD, commanded by Captain Kimberly Janisek and First Sergeant Jason Topping. The 716th Ordnance Company EOD, located at Joint Base Elmendorf, Richardson, Alaska, commanded by Captain Tyler Fite and First Sergeant Benjamin Sutton. Among the many distinguished military and civilian guests with us this morning are Colonel and Mrs. Lucas, Command Sergeant Major Duncan, Colonel and Mrs. Dawson, Command Sergeant Major Pinette Edwards, Colonel No, Command Sergeant Major Toussaint, Colonel Meneses, Lieutenant Colonel Cadlick and Mrs. Cadlick, Mrs. Strickland, Lieutenant Colonel Waite and Miss Waite, Lieutenant Colonel and Mrs. Froelich, Command Sergeant Major Marlowe, Lieutenant Colonel Busby, Command Sergeant Major Ortega, Lieutenant Colonel and Mrs. Nerone, and Lieutenant Colonel Hill. Lastly, we'd like to welcome all attending commanders and Command Sergeants Major and all family members of the 8th Military Police Brigade. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by the battalion chaplain, Captain Christopher Hodge.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this opportunity to invoke your presence and blessing over this change of command. We thank you for Lieutenant Colonel Sean Cadlick. You have given him great responsibility, and by your grace he has carried it to completion. Bless him, his wife, and their children now as he prepares for his next assignment. Be with him and strengthen his hand in everything he does, and continue to develop him according to your plans and purposes for his life. And now I ask your blessing upon Lieutenant Colonel Bradley Waite. Let your grace rest upon him as he takes up this responsibility. Give him an abundance of your wisdom and strength as he now assumes command. Amen.
Please be seated. At this time, Elizabeth Cadlick, wife of Lieutenant Colonel Cadlick, and his son Everett are being presented leis by First Lieutenant James Joaquin. This symbolizes love and respect for their devotion and loyal support of the soldiers and families of the 303rd Ordnance Battalion EOD. At this time, Miss Roxanne Waite is being presented a yellow lei by First Lieutenant Dylan Wilkins, welcoming her to the battalion. The command Sound Adjutant's Call is used by the United States Army to indicate that the adjutant, the officer responsible for accounting for soldiers and forming the unit, is about to form the command. It was first used by the Army in 1874. It advises subordinate commanders to prepare their troops for formation and for follow-on commands.
Sound, present arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party.
Down! Present arms!
Please be seated.
Down! Order arms! And parade rest!
The commander of troops is retrieving the national colors of the United States of America. He will then march them forward to render honors. For more than 2 centuries, the stars and stripes have been the banner under which Americans have lived, fought, and died. More than a symbol, the flag is the embodiment of our government, people, ideals, and values. This activity stems from early Roman days when the leaders laid down their weapons and shields and came forward to their emperor. By doing so, the leaders signified to the emperor that their officers of their command were loyal to him. In early American cavalry tradition, it was used to give troops special instructions prior to going into battle.
Sound! Attention! Colors! Center! Forward! Sir, the colors and officers are present. Present the command. Down! Present arms! Detachment, present! Move!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem of the United States of America. Please be seated.
Down! Order arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the official party will take the field to conduct the passing of the battalion colors. The colors represent not only the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its soldiers. They are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibilities to the organization. The passing of the colors from Lieutenant Colonel Cadlick to Lieutenant Colonel Waite is significant in many ways. The transition is symbolic of the transfer of command responsibility to a new leader. In his role as the battalion Command Sergeant Major, Command Sergeant Major Strickland will pass the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Cadlick, signifying the key role of the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps as the guardian and protector of the colors, and the men and women who serve to preserve glory. Lieutenant Colonel Cadlick will now pass the colors to the senior commander, Colonel Lucas, signifying the relinquishment of command and a heartfelt gratitude for the support, guidance, and the opportunities. In his position as senior commander, Colonel Lucas receives the colors from Lieutenant Colonel Cadlick and presents them to Lieutenant Colonel Wade, thus entrusting the unit to his command and care. In accordance with paragraph 2-5 Charlie, Army Regulation 600-20, the undersigned assumes command of the 303rd Ordnance Battalion, EOD, 8th Military Police Brigade, Schofield Barracks, Hawaii, effective 27 September 2017. Signed, Bradley S. Waite, Lieutenant Colonel, Logistics, Commanding. Command Sergeant Major Strickland then receives the colors from Lieutenant Colonel Waite, signifying his charge to maintain and safeguard the colors. Command Sergeant Major Strickland then returns the colors to the battalion color bearer. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 8th Military Police Brigade, Colonel Shannon Michael Lucas.
Out! Away! Run!
Aloha and good morning. To the 25th Infantry Division Tropic Lightning Band, outstanding. Thank you. You guys always bring that special touch of class to the ceremony. Colonel Dawson, representing the garrison. Colonel No, my sister in arms, cool, 130th. Colonel Meneses, thanks for coming down. Really appreciate it. Fellow command teams, leaders, soldiers, family, friends of the Watchdog Nation, thank you for coming out today. And this is an important tradition, the changing of command. The changing of command from one commanding officer to another as we bid farewell to Lieutenant Colonel Sean Cadlick. And we welcome a big Watchdog welcome to our newest commander in this great lineage, Lieutenant Colonel Brad Waite. Due to the continuous mission support of the 303rd is required to provide, not all could be present today, as the rest of the formation superbly and selflessly serves the Hawaii, Alaska, and Pacific region. They might be small in number here today, but they are enormous in capability and invaluable to the Pacific region and to our United States Army. Sean, simply stated, brother, your superb leadership, establishment of an outstanding battalion command with Command Sergeant Major Strickland, and most importantly, your genuine love, care, and concern for your soldiers and their families has resulted in a very impressive amount of accomplishments. Quite frankly, though, for me, it has been so much fun to watch you orchestrate this very diverse mission set over the last year plus. You are a true professional, and your soldiers emulate that professionalism. Some would say, though, Sean, you have a very unique delivery about you, especially when it comes to maybe bad news. But most importantly, you are a commander that always put his soldiers first, provided the top cover when they needed it, and took all guidance and a few closed-door conversations with that routine acknowledgement that we have all grown to love, and that is, check, sir. For those that don't know, the EOD Corps is a small one. We are truly blessed to have the best of what they have to offer here in the Pacific. I guarantee you this, the demand for their capability and the demands for their operational tempo on each and every soldier that you see standing out there is unmatched. Under Sean's leadership and guidance, the battalion provided a staggering, listen to this, a staggering 160,000 man-hours of EOD support, encompassing 415 installation support missions, 167 missions in support of state and local civil authorities, 31 missions in support of protecting national dignitaries, to include the President of the United States, and support to national security special events. And lastly, and I think most importantly, support to 13 Pacific-based POW MIA accounting agency missions that are focused on locating and bringing home the remains of our past fallen heroes in order to provide closure to those families and loved ones. In addition, they directly supported the USARPAC commander's priority of being ready to fight tonight. They supported 1st Corps, 25th ID, Pacific Pathway rotations, and multiple countries as flawlessly executed this 23 different partner nation engagements to help them build their capacity and their capability. I think the biggest prime example is being the humanitarian mine action mission in Vietnam and Sri Lanka. A monumental task given to Sean, and he was, by the way, the lead for the PACOM commander on that mission. So I think you can say Sean and his team have had their hands full. Please, can I get a round of applause for all these fearless warriors on the field and what they've done? Sean, all of this was achievable because you did an excellent job in ensuring every soldier was superbly trained, mentally and physically fit, and prepared to meet the demands of the battalion. And you also adhered to Major General Davidson's 3 golden rules. Know your stuff, tell your story, and have fun. And you had fun. On a personal note, both Edith and I will be sorry to see both you and definitely your better half and lovely bride Elizabeth as you depart the Watchdog Nation. We'll miss you. Elizabeth, again, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment just to thank you personally for all your hard work, your dedication and sacrifice you provided to Sean and the soldiers and the families of the Forged in Fire Battalion. Edith and I thank you for your friendship and your support. Sean, truly, one big thing that I'm most grateful for is that you introduced me to Moose's Tooth in Anchorage, Alaska. You are a fine connoisseur of fine brew and the best pizza ever, so thank you. But seriously, Elizabeth and Sean, you both have been an exceptional driving force to the readiness of this battalion, and your care and overall success of the battalion is shown on a daily basis. However, we got lucky. The battalion will truly be gaining a great leader in Lieutenant Colonel Brad Waite. Brad is no stranger to Hawaii and intimately familiar with the region and the unique challenges it offers because he previously served as the commander of the 706th EOD company here at Schofield a few years before they deactivated. And I've heard nothing but great things about Brad, about his professionalism and his focus. He respects and values the team of true professionals that he's been given the privilege to command, and I have no doubt he will bring great ideas and enthusiasm to the battalion. All of you in the Forged in Fire Battalion can feel confident that you're getting an outstanding new commander. Thanks again for taking your time to be in this ceremony today. Remember, freedom is not free. God bless America. Sustain the force. Forged in Fire. Watchdogs, best dog in the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former commander of the 303rd Ordnance Battalion, EOD, Lieutenant Colonel Sean L. Cadlin.
Good morning, Colonel and Mrs. Lucas, Command Sergeant Major Duncan, Colonel and Mrs. Dawson, Colonel Manessis, Colonel No, Command Sergeants Major, fellow command teams, friends, and family. Thank you for joining us this morning as we honor the officers, NCOs, and soldiers of the 303rd and welcome Lieutenant Colonel Waite to the Phoenix Ohana. Colonel Lucas superbly covered the battalion's accomplishments over the last 2 years. Being a part of those accomplishments has been simply amazing. But even more amazing than the accomplishments themselves are the way in which they were accomplished. All of these things and so much more were done as part of an incredible team consisting of and represented by everyone here today. Which means there are a lot of people to try and thank for the continued success of the 303rd. I will do my best to be thorough but brief. Please know that despite my best efforts, I will never be able to fully express my gratitude. Colonel Lucas, thank you for your leadership and mentorship, and that of your CSM. You have established a command climate in which we have the latitude to exercise a tremendous degree of initiative. Thank you for your trust and confidence in all members of the battalion. To the brigade and TSC staffs, APCFC, G34 Seaburn, and others, thank you for your support. The positive working relationships have not only ensured that our soldiers have been taken care of administratively, but have also provided incredible training opportunities and a mission set that is truly the envy of the Army, EOD, and Seaburn communities. Thank you. HHD, you are the unsung heroes of the battalion. Nothing gets accomplished without a DD-93 being up to date, a security clearance, an operations order, equipment and supplies, a PACE plan, or spiritual support. Thank you for everything you have done and continue to do on a daily basis. To the Iron Majors, Woods, Foster, Harper, Drury, Kelly, and Bloomsburg, as well as all of the Iron Majors at the Brigade, TSC, USAPAC, and other staffs. I will tell you that life is much more fun on this side of the field grade ranks. It is more fun being a lieutenant colonel, and I can only assume as a colonel, because we have a cadre of Iron Majors to turn our incoherent guidance and mediocre ideas into something that the staff and companies can execute. Thank you for all of you have done to support me, but more importantly, thank you for everything you have done and continue to do to support the soldiers standing out there in formation. To the company command teams and your officers, NCOs, and soldiers, very few people, probably including me, will ever fully understand your contributions and sacrifice in service to the PACOM AOR and the Army and nation as a whole. You make magic happen every single day, whether it's on a mission, in training, or volunteer efforts throughout the community. I have not said thank you enough, and I have not expressed my gratitude enough. From the bottom of my heart and with every fiber of my being, thank you for everything you have done and continue to do. Please join me in a round of applause for the officers, NCOs, and soldiers of 303rd. To our joint and interagency partners, thank you. One of the things I have always enjoyed about being an EOD officer is the close relationships we have with our sister services and civilian law enforcement counterparts. Nowhere is it stronger than it is in Hawaii and Alaska, and the positive impacts are too numerous to list here. I've also been extremely fortunate in this regard with the 71st Chemical Company and being able to experience that kind of collaboration on the Seaburn side. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't briefly acknowledge all of the partner nation, EOD, and Seaburn brothers and sisters we have trained with over the last 2 years. They're obviously not able to be here today, but thank you to all of our gym partners for your support and the incredible experiences you have provided. The last group of people I need to recognize are our spouses and families. While the soldiers of the battalion are often some exotic and sometimes not so exotic location, enjoying the local culture, our spouses are back home tending to sick children, broken toilets, and making sure that the bills are getting paid. NCOs are the backbone of the Army, but our spouses and families are the nervous system that keep us alive and running. To all of the spouses here today, especially those from the unit, the Woodies, and the Hui, thank you for your sacrifice, service, and friendship. Please join me in a round of applause for our spouses and families. Johnny and Sonia, Elizabeth and I could not have asked for two better people to join us on this adventure. I thank God in the Army every single day that it was you who were slated to be here with us. Sonia, thank you for letting Johnny and I have our bromance, and for being a wonderful friend to Elizabeth and I. CSM Strickland, thank you. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your wise counsel and advice. Thank you for being the man and command sergeant major that you are. We truly had a ton of fun. Hashtag they hate us because they ain't us. That is copyrighted. You owe Sergeant Major Strickland royalties if you used it. Good luck to both of you as you prepare to move on to the 71st EOD group. Fort Carson's getting an incredible military couple. Elizabeth, you and the kids have sacrificed and given so much throughout our career. I've struggled for the past 2 years to articulate the selfless service of Army spouses, always with you in mind as the very essence of an Army spouse. I finally got smart and decided to plagiarize and paraphrase someone smarter than me. So borrowing from General Odierno's retirement speech, it's hard for me to stand up here and make other people understand how much our spouses sacrifice. I don't believe there's any other profession where we count on our spouses to do so much. IBM doesn't have or need a care team. Honeywell doesn't have or need a senior spouse. Google doesn't have or need a spouses club. But the Army does, and it has an incredible cadre of spouses to fulfill all of that and so much more. Elizabeth, you personify all of the best attributes of an Army spouse. made me a better soldier and a better man. Thank you, and I love you. Brad, my only bit of advice is short and simple. Embrace the principles of mission command, and the soldiers of this battalion will accomplish amazing things. Enjoy and cherish every single minute of the ride. 2 years will go by faster than you can possibly imagine. In closing, thank you all again for everything you do to make the 303rd the outstanding organization that it is. Forged in fire, watchdogs, sustain the force.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 303rd Ordnance Battalion, EOD, Lieutenant Colonel Bradley S. Waite.
Good morning. I would like to thank the various leaders who have taken time out of their busy schedules to join us today. Colonel Lucas, Colonel Dawson, Colonel Meneses, Command Sergeant Majors, and fellow command teams. Thank you for being here to support the soldiers of the Phoenix Battalion this morning. Sean, I would like to thank you for the leadership you have shown over the past 2 years, molding the 303rd into the outstanding and professional organization it is. Your family, I am sure, has lost many hours with you as you have traveled the Pacific conducting engagements with our supported units and foreign partners, but their sacrifice has enabled the success of the battalion and all its soldiers. I will endeavor to continue your mission-first focus and prepare the battalion for the threats of the future. Next, I would like to thank my family for all the support over the last 17 years of deployments, CTC rotations, late nights at the office, 3 a.m. phone calls, and seemingly endless TDYs that kept me from spending the quality time with you that you deserved. Unfortunately, I cannot get any of that time back, but I can continue to work every day to make you proud of me and to mentor my troops to not repeat my mistakes. Finally, I would like to thank the soldiers, NCOs, and officers of the Phoenix Battalion for their exceptional hard work and sacrifices. It is the greatest honor of my military career to be provided the opportunity to serve as your commander. I eagerly await the challenges we will overcome as a team as we face an increasingly uncertain world ahead of us. I expect your best. You will have mine. All policies and procedures remain in effect. Phoenix 6 has joined the net.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the benediction given by the battalion chaplain, Captain Christopher Hodge, and remain standing for the singing of the Army song.
Our benediction from Numbers chapter 6. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen.
ceremony. Take charge of formation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please join us in welcoming Lieutenant Colonel Bradley Waite at a reception located in the 303rd Ordnance Battalion EOD classroom. Lieutenant Colonel Cadlick will remain behind the reviewing area to say farewell to soldiers, family, and friends. Thank you for attending today's ceremony.
Commanders, take charge.